As the episode begins, we see Twilight helping her friends with various chores to avoid going home to her castle. Now, this might seem a bit out of place until you realize that we've only ever seen her conducting business there with the other main five. We haven't really seen her just living there yet. Much like the fandom, it seems that Twilight still hasn't gotten used to her new home, and she still has some lingering feelings about the Golden Oak Library. By the way, the name of the library has been mentioned in books before, but this is the first time it's actually been said on the show. Anyway, Twilight's friends all agree to help decorate the place while she goes out for the day. And let me guess, they're all going to bring in stuff that suits their personalities, right? Oh, thankfully they realize their mistake soon enough after Spike helps break the ice with the subject.
Man, this place looks terrible!
Thank goodness somebody said something.
Oh, so now Spike being blunt is a good thing. Well, in any case, they tell Spike to keep Twilight distracted a bit longer while they put together a special project, a chandelier photo album made from the remains of the old library. It's even got all their best memories there, like the time they went to get donuts after the Grand Galloping Gala, which is not only one of the worst endings to an episode ever, but also has fuck all to do with the library. Well, as a bit of a compromise from earlier, they also each add a personal touch to different rooms instead of mashing everything together, and we're given a message that while it's important to remember your roots, the memories that you make in a given place are ultimately more important than the place itself. On one hand, this seems like the kind of episode that a lot of fans will love simply for the potential for new memes and cute fan art. The pancake scene alone is pure gold. But on top of that, you also have new hairstyles, bulk biceps working at the spa, Twilight making massage noises while Spike gets the ultra intense fuck you deep and walk funny for a week special treatment, Rarity giving Rainbow Dash a hoof bump, Fluttershy being sassy with Pinkie Pie, 5 of the main characters all sneaking through town with shovels, Twilight pissing off Angel on purpose, and a ton of great moments from Spike. Oh, and speaking of which, dear God, he actually has a Rarity doll. Why do I get the feeling that thing's already taken a few trips through the washing machine? Still, all that will only get you so far without a good story. One of the biggest problems I had here was that it always felt like I knew exactly where the story was going several scenes in advance. I'll give it some credit though, despite being beyond predictable, the episode is still very watchable. It doesn't really do anything all that bad. I also appreciate how the characters are more sensitive to Twilight here, now being able to recognize that this is one of her freak-out moments.
I'm saying this with love, but have you looked in a mirror lately?
And yes, after dancing around the issue a bit in Rainbow Rocks, it's important that we finally get closure with the loss of the Golden Oak Library. I'm just not sure how to feel about it being brought up here given the overall tone of the episode. Whereas last time on Adventures in Butttown, we had a darker, more serious story about a manipulative leader trying to control all the butts while an underground resistance movement had secret butt fun, this time we get a much more lighthearted, silly outing that deals with one of the most devastating events of the show's history. Hell, I would even argue that the destruction of the library is a bigger shakeup to the series than Twilight becoming an alicorn. Which is why part of me wishes I could give it a higher score because OMG the feels, but the fact remains that the majority of it seems like it's just going through the motions. That doesn't necessarily make it bad, it just makes it feel a bit more average than it probably deserves to. Castle Sweet Castle gets a 6 out of 10.
No, on second thoughts, let's not go to Camelot. It is a silly place.